What if the moon crashed into Earth? Imagine it's midnight. You step outside and the world feels strangely different. The stars shimmer as usual, but the moon, our silent, familiar companion, looks impossibly large. It looms over the horizon, glowing brighter, pulling at the tides with a force you can almost feel in your chest. At first, it's mesmerizing. Then, it's terrifying. The seas begin to surge, coastlines crumble, and the Earth itself groans under the weight of an invisible tug-of-war. The moon, instead of calmly orbiting us as it has for billions of years, is falling, slowly, inevitably, toward Earth. The question is, what happens if the moon really crashes into our planet? For 4.5 billion years, the moon has been our constant companion. Born from a cosmic collision, when a Mars-sized planet, Theia, slammed into a young Earth, the moon was forged out of fire and debris. Since then, it has circled us faithfully, shaping life on Earth in ways we rarely stop to consider. The moon stabilizes our tilt, giving us predictable seasons. Its gravitational pull creates the tides, rhythms that have guided life for millions of years. Without it, Earth would wobble like a spinning top, and our climate would swing chaotically between extremes. Culturally, the moon has been a mirror of human imagination. It has inspired myths of gods and monsters, guided sailors through uncharted seas, and carried the dreams of astronauts who planted flags in its dust. But what if, instead of a guardian, the moon became our destroyer? The moon is slowly drifting away from Earth, about 3.8 centimeters per year. But let's imagine the opposite. Something changes and the moon begins to spiral inward. At first, most people wouldn't notice. The difference would be subtle, slightly higher tides, slightly longer nights of brilliant moonlight. But astronomers would sound the alarm. They'd calculate the trajectory and realize the unthinkable, a collision course. As the moon draws closer, its gravity intensifies. Tides no longer follow predictable cycles. They become monstrous walls of water sweeping across coastlines daily. Cities like New York, Mumbai, and Shanghai would be drowned again and again. And then the earthquakes begin. The gravitational stress tears at Earth's crust. Volcanoes erupt in chains, spewing ash that darkens the skies. Humanity, still watching the moon swell larger and larger in the sky, would know the countdown has begun. As the moon nears, it doesn't simply smash into us immediately. Instead, Earth's gravity begins tearing it apart. This is known as crossing the Roche limit, the point at which a celestial body can no longer hold itself together against the tidal forces pulling it apart. The moon fractures into colossal chunks of rock, each the size of mountains. A ring of glowing debris forms around Earth, like Saturn's rings, but temporary, unstable, and deadly. Some fragments rain down as meteors, igniting the skies in apocalyptic firestorms. The heat incinerates forests, boils oceans, and turns cities into ash. The rest of the fragments spiral inward, waiting to fall. The sky would no longer be dark at night. It would blaze constantly with falling fire. Humanity's last nights would be spent under a storm of burning rock. Eventually, the largest remaining piece of the moon, a mass a quarter the size of Earth, slams into our planet. The collision releases more energy than the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, multiplied by billions. In an instant, continents shatter, oceans vaporize. The atmosphere itself ignites. The Earth's crust peels away like the skin of a fruit flung into space. The very surface of the planet melts into a new molten ocean of rock. For weeks, perhaps months, the Earth glows like a newborn star. Any trace of life, every city, every mountain, every ocean, is erased. And when the chaos settles, Earth is reborn as a different world. Perhaps with a new moon forged from the collision debris, repeating the same cycle that began 4 billion years ago. But here's the paradox. The moon isn't actually falling toward Earth, it's escaping us. Every year, it drifts farther away. Eventually, billions of years from now, it will be too far to cause solar eclipses. Tides will weaken, Earth will spin more slowly. So, in reality, the scenario of the moon crashing into Earth is not our fate. The true apocalypse is quieter, stranger, a world where the moon has left us behind. But what if we, not nature, triggered the disaster? What if advanced civilizations of the future tried to manipulate the moon's orbit, for resources, for energy, or as a weapon? Could humanity one day engineer the very catastrophe we fear? The moon is not just a rock in the sky. It is the silent architect of life on Earth. Its pull has shaped our oceans, our seasons, and even the path of our evolution. To imagine it crashing into Earth is to imagine the destruction of everything we know. But it's also a reminder, the universe is fragile, and so is our home. The next time you look at the moon, consider this. It's not just a light in the night sky. It's a guardian, a storyteller, and a silent witness to all of human history. And as long as it keeps its distance, we have time. Time to wonder, time to dream, and time to cherish the delicate balance that makes life possible. Because in the grand story of the cosmos, sometimes the difference between creation and destruction is just a matter of distance.